His name was Jason, and today is his birthday.
And here we are. It's the last person to interview. Actually, we're making this right after Horror Movie of the Week since he's on Skype. It's me and Spiderjackangel. We're going to be covering the Friday the 13th films. It's really just going to be him if he gives his thoughts. I mean, he's seen them all, but sometimes you forget.
Yeah,
Like exactly. I'll be there to help kind of guide him through, but
yeah.
he has to
No
be included.
offense to anybody that's a big fan of this series, but for me, Friday the 13th is a good series. It has some good films, but it's not my favorite series.
Yeah, it's not my favorite either. I'm more of a fan of A Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween.
Right here, Nightmare on Elm Street all the way.
Yeah, and Elm Street. But we gotta give Jason some love because this Friday is Friday the 13th when we're making this, and for those of you who are watching this, happy Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's dig right into this big pile of digging in, and we'll start with the very first film, Friday the 13th, which came out in 1980. It opened #1 at the box office, released May 9th, 1980, budgeted at $550. I'm just, of course, reading the Friday facts, but, you pretty much know my thoughts, everyone who's watched this, but Spiderjack, do you have any thoughts on the very first Friday the 13th film? Uncut, on Blu-ray.
I got my one copy of it on Blu-ray. My thoughts is, I like it. It's a very interesting film, especially if you, forgot about it here and there. I mean, I remember I most recently went back and rewatched it and kind of forgot who survived in it, and, still surprised me who survived in the film. So, and let's throw out there a little bit known fact about Friday the 13th movie.
Mm-hmm.
The one actor that always, gets his death scene brought up here and there is none other than Kevin Bacon.
You've just been bacon.
I mean,
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon's awesome.
I love
His
Kevin
death
Bacon.
scene
He's
in
pretty cool.
The film was pretty cool. Overall thoughts, good film.
Do you have a rating for it out of 10?
I'd probably give the first one about a 9.
Alright, that's a pretty good rating. Any other remaining thoughts? Any cool scenes? Any favorite parts?
Oh god, favorite parts? Well, I think probably the one I really like is actually Kevin Bacon's death.
Yeah,
Because
Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
Uncut, it's like more blood though.
And then the part where Jason's mother gets killed was pretty sweet. So
Yes. Spoiler alert again.
yeah.
Jason's mom's occurred, but everyone knows that. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for...
If you don't, you get killed just like Drew Barrymore's scream.
Yes. that's a good one. So, anyways, that's part 1 right there with Spiderjack. Let's move on to part 2. Yay. Friday the 13th part 2. It was released May 1st, 1981. Ranked #1 at the box office opening weekend. And this is the first in the series to show Jason Voorhees as the killer. So, Spiderjack, do you have your thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 2?
Friday the 13th Part 2, I have to say I like the fact that it took place right after the first film.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see what happened to the survivor of the first movie.
She dies.
And, yeah, she dies. And it kind of sucks that she does die, because I would have liked to see more with her, but yet I respect them for going that route,
Yeah, it's new characters.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a good film. Definitely had some okay death scenes here and there, but overall, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I would probably say I'll probably give Friday the 13th to about 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you around that estimate number, unless I've probably changed it so many times throughout this video because I'm just like, yeah, it's something like that, something like that. But Friday the 13th Part 2, it's not as good as the first one, but it introduced us to Jason, who was a cooler killer than Mrs. Voorhees. But, you know,
But I did like the fact that how the girl got away at the end of the film, how she dressed up as Jason's mother. I mean, it was a little bit of a descent into insanity type detail, but it was done good.
yeah, it was done pretty good. It's good to see Betsy Palmer back for pretty much one last time. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for Friday the 13th Part 2, and now it's time to talk about... We actually watched this one together, like,
God.
over Skype on Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. This one, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty bad, but it's entertaining in a sense, like, when you watch it with someone. I had fun. It's more entertaining than...
Just for this review, I need to grab something real quick. We can keep this going. I can do this blindly here. I just need to grab one thing just for this one review, and we can call it good here.
Yes.
Good.
You gotta put on the glasses.
Yes, I do. My Nightmare on Elm Street 3D glasses.
Oh, I wanted to watch the 3D portion of that movie.
However,
It didn't come with the Blu-ray set. I was so mad.
there you go.
Oh god, this is hurting my eyes, so let's make it really quick.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 3 in the very forced 3D?
Well, let's maybe first say, in this one movie, you get everything coming at you in 3D. You get yo-yos coming at you in 3D.
Yeah, I should just like flip my computer.
You get random stuff coming at you in 3D.
You get fists coming at you in
Doesn't
3D.
even make sense. Yeah, you get stuff that doesn't even make a whole lot of sense seeing it coming in 3D.
This one's so bad.
Other than that, it does have some okay death scenes in it. I remember when we watched it with you, I was just like, you know what, I don't 100% remember who lives, who dies here.
God, my eyes are hurting now.
You know, it's like, it's an okay film, but...
It's not as good as 2 or 1.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Jason gets hanged.
Yeah, he gets hung in the end, but this one's cool because it shows him in his hockey mask. But then again, this one's just forgettable. I mean, it's like such a forgettable movie right as you're watching it, and it's just like, wow. I mean, it just doesn't have an impact at all. It doesn't have as scary of a factor as like Part 1 and 2.
I mean, and plus, why the heck did Jason kill those people at the beginning of the film?
I don't know. He's just... Maybe they stole his weed.
I mean, you see these, you know, older individuals that's probably been living on this land for a good amount of time, you know.
Maybe he was just pissed off.
Not bother anybody, mind their own business, run their own little convenience store, and then they get killed.
Yeah, Jason's just an asshole. They have no reason. They've been away from his property.
I mean, maybe because... Maybe Jason bought a product from them and it had a bunny turd in it or something like that.
Yeah, because the rabbits are like in the food.
Yeah, it's just like, what? You know, like...
Yeah, it's...
But overall, it's okay.
Rating?
I would probably give it, well, on Netflix I gave it about 2.5-star rating, so I'd probably give it
5.
About 5.
5 out of 10. I mean, it's only entertaining to watch with someone else. I mean, by yourself, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, Shock was better to watch than this.
Oh, shut up. Alright, that's it for Part 3. Wow, we're really moving along here. See, we got this quick with you. The other ones, it took me like forever, but that's because it was me talking as well, but I'm talking too, but I'm actually talking right now, but we're moving by a lot faster. But that's only because we got 3 movies out of the way. So, let's move on to Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. This one was released Friday the 13th, April 1984. So there was a 2-year gap between this one. Ranked number 1 at the box office. Skinny Dipper survival rate 0%. Famous actors Corey Feldman and Crispin Glover. And this one's the first to introduce Tommy Jarvis, who's, you know, cool. But this one, the Crispin Glover dance is my favorite part.
Yeah, I think probably my favorite part, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the is the part where the guy does the handstand and then Jason
Stabs him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure if it was this one. Which was the one where he gets stabbed in the dick? Was that part 3? No, I think it was this one. Some guys like just in the water, and Jason shoots him in the harpoon gun. He's just like,
no, there was a girl that was in the water.
Yeah, see what I mean? They're it's tough to remember.
Yeah, I know. It's sorry if we got some of this wrong. You know, it's
yeah. Even after we watch him, it's just like he always kind of like lose track because the movies are really similar. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough to distinguish them because, well, the Halloween movies and like Elm Street, you can really distinguish between the films.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday the 13th, it's like
everybody is like a cutout character of one another.
Yeah, I mean, there's Tommy was cool. The one brother of the girl of the character in part 2 was kind of cool, I guess.
You know, the other thing that I really liked about is the part with where the one girl swim down to the raft and Jason kills her, and then basically the one other person does the same thing.
And he gets stabbed in the dick, I think. I think he's the one. Butters, you shot me in the dick.
I know, it's just like, dude.
Jason's an asshole.
Yeah, Jason is an asshole.
But Crispin Glover is hilarious in this.
The one thing that counted in this film, and I know some people are gonna be like, how are you 100% sure this happened? I'm 100% sure, and this is my 100% theory. The dog did not die in this film. The dog jumped out the window and got the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, he's like, screw you guys. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it was fun. I mean, this one's better than part 3. Maybe even better than part 2 since I rewatched it again with you.
I mean,
it's more Corey Feldman and Crispin Glover
doing the whole design the mask, and then freaking I have no idea what was the whole purpose of him, shaving his head bald. I mean, some people may be like, well, it's because so he can, connect with Jason, try to force him down, type detail telepathically. Well, really, I'm just like...
Or maybe it's because his haircut was really that bad.
That's probably it, too. But nonetheless, it's okay, though.
Yeah, it's alright. Do you have a rating for it?
I'll probably rank it about 7.
7? Alrighty then. Moving on. Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, or as I like to call it, overacting the movie. I got a chocolate bar. Do you want some of my chocolate bar? That part's hilarious.
Before we move on to number 5, I just want to throw out there probably my most memorable thing about Friday the 13th 3 is actually the whole biker people.
Oh yeah. How about the guy who's just like, oh, he's nice. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that annoying character who kept like, see, I fake killed myself. I played, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried to scare you. Shut the fuck. Get out of here. That's what I wanted to say to that guy.
But anyway, back to number 5.
Alright, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. It was released March 22nd, 1985. Ranked number 1 at the box office. And Tommy Jarvis speaks like 24 words. And this movie, it's funny, but it's stupid.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually seen 5. I believe 5 was the one where I know this is really bad of me for saying this, but 5 was the one where freaking Tommy Jarvis was revealed to be the killer, as I recall, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they never followed up on it, so it really just sucks.
Well, they revealed he was the killer, and as I recall, the movie kind of ended with him wearing the hockey mask or something like that.
It's one of those twists that doesn't make sense. It's like the ending to like Halloween 6, the producer's cut. It's just like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Because in the producer's cut of Halloween 6, basically what happens is Loomis is just like imprinted with the curse of the thorn, so now he has to kill like his family. It's just like something that like doesn't really add up. It's just a really like twist that they never followed up on.
Yeah,
Because it's just like, well, we screwed up.
it's an okay film. It's an okay death here and there.
The
But
chocolate bar is funny though. It's hilarious. This one's the like one of the funniest.
it's just been so long since I've seen it, so I can't really judge it fairly. So I think the best I can do in terms of judging is say that as of right now, I would give it a benefit of the doubt rating and give it about a 6.
Okay, and that's because you haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They haven't had him on TV. They only play Friday 13th.
Well, you know, moving on from this one to Friday the 13th 6, I remember Friday the 13th 6 pretty well. I mean,
6
like,
is my favorite.
yeah, 6 is pretty good. Pretty good. It was the one where basically like the whole town was pretty much against Tommy Jarvis and not believing that Jason has finally came back and everything like that. I mean, 6 was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some funny like humor. I mean, it's not exactly your typical horror film. It didn't make as much money. It's one of the lower grossing, but it's one of the better received by fans, which is
Yeah.
interesting. It's like when something like Solid comes out, and it's just like, wow, this is cool. It's got some fresh concepts. People don't really go to see it, you know what I mean? But when it's
Yeah.
something like really standard, like they just jump right out and see. It's
You know,
weird.
like prime example is, You're Next. That
Yeah.
was really solid film and everything like that.
Or like another example, Pacific Rim. A lot of people didn't really see Pacific Rim. They went to go see Grown Ups 2, because of I don't understand the world, but
I'm gonna say this right now, and I know people have their own opinions and everything like that. But if you did not see Pacific Rim in theaters, I don't know what you were thinking.
yeah, I mean, if you didn't see it because you were like waiting for Blu-ray DVD, I mean that's understandable. But it's just like it's such a cool movie to see in theaters. But you know what? That's a discussion for another day. We can't get sidetracked here. But Friday the 13th Part 6 is my favorite in the series. I mean, I just love the humor. I just love how awesome it is. How it's like a Universal Monsters type thing and Jason getting resurrected. It's just a solid film. It's more like an action movie too. It's not just your standard slasher film. So, what would you give it out of 10?
I'd probably give it about a 7.
7? Okay. Alright, so moving on, I suppose. There's so many of these movies, it just takes forever.
Well, the next one's actually one of my favorites. So
Oh, this one's pretty sweet. I don't like this one. I mean, this one's not as good as 6 to me, but I think it's pretty solid. But
I think it's probably one of my favorite out of all my franchises.
alrighty then. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Jason fights a psychic with superpowers, and it has a series record of 3 sex scenes in 2 stalled cars. That's the Friday facts.
Now, I hate to ask this because I kind of forgot this as well. This kind of popped in my head. But which one was it where Jason killed the guy on the crapper?
That was 3. Remember the guy just sitting there and just like, yes. I mean, see, so many kills is so tough to remember unless you like really religiously watch these films.
Yeah.
But give your thoughts. Kane Hodder, first time playing Jason in this one.
Awesome.
His stunt work is incredible.
I mean, probably one of the most memorable deaths in that film would probably go down with as the freaking shrink in the film. I mean, the shrink in this movie, he is just downright despicable. I mean,
He's bottom of the barrel asshole.
Yeah, like you know, like the mother in the film, it doesn't really see him as an a-hole and is hardly listening to the
Hey,
daughter.
you're a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh my god, this guy is such an a-hole.
Such a dick.
And you know what, Jason did that girl a favor by killing him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, asshole. Oh no. But you know, the stunt work by Kane Hodder is pretty kick-ass. God, he does so much things. He's hit by a couch, roof collapse, going through stairs, hit with lights, hit with a plant with a decapitated head in it, gets
Yeah,
shot
we
with
should,
nails, set
you
on
know, throw
fire,
this
set
out
on
there.
fire
This is the
again.
one movie that Jason just gets the shit beat out of him.
He gets his ass kicked.
Like this is like the pre-ass beating that he took before Freddy versus Jason. Like this is probably the most he has gotten his ass kicked.
And it's awesome when you get a killer who gets like his ass kicked sometimes.
Yeah,
As much as we love Jason, he's got to get his ass kicked sometimes.
yeah. Especially the fact that he always seemed to have the upper hand in the previous films, and in this one, nope, he gets put down.
He's Tina's bitch. Yeah, so Friday 13 Part 7, what would you give it out of 10?
I'll give it a solid 10.
10?
Yeah.
First 10 rating. Woohoo! And now on to the next one. Or as I like, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Or as I like to call it, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason on a boat heading to Manhattan, but really filmed in Vancouver, so he's not really in Manhattan. And, or we should retitle Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Just kidding, we lied.
Well, let's be fair. I actually like this one as well. I mean, some people may criticize me again for this, but I think probably the main reason why I like this film so much is because this was the film that got me into the Friday the 13th series. This was the one that I saw first versus seeing number 1 first,
Mhm.
2 first. This was the one that I saw first, and this was the one that got me into the series.
So it has like a personal nostalgic connection for you.
Yeah, and you know, there's some pretty cool parts in it. I mean, I like the kills on the boat. I like the part where Jason kills the guy with the steam rock, you know.
Oh yeah, or how the guy
Jason
tries to
kills the
fight
one
him and he
person,
punches his
Mr.
head
Room.
off.
Yeah, he just pushes the guy's head off. I mean, you know, it's a good film, and probably the most hilarious part of the film is
Where he breaks the music.
yeah, where he breaks the music box, well, the jukebox, box, and then like the gang's just like, "Hey man, what the heck?" And he whips out the knife, and then Jason just goes like this, and he's just, "Hey man, whatever, it's okay."
No, it was funny, but why doesn't Jason just kill everyone in New York?
Well,
That's what disappointed me. It's like, you'll kill random people, but you won't kill those people. Even in the bar, he's just
well,
like,
he's so freaking, you know, out of his comfort zone there.
jeez. I mean, come on, Jason, kill some more people, but the movie ends in such a weird way. The toxic waste of New York melts
Like,
him
he was
into like a
freaking-
Ninja Turtle deformed fetus
Good, a little boy.
thing, and it's just, it doesn't make any sense, and it's really bad.
Well,
Admit it, the ending
I still-
sucks. You can admit it. Come on, it's okay.
I still like it. I mean, I don't know why some people give it such a hard time. I mean, maybe it's because
I mean,
you know, he was
looking
on both
past looking past the title, I mean, even like a lot, I'm pretty biased in terms of the title just being such an outright lie.
Yeah.
The advertising being such an outright
It's
lie.
still a good
But
film.
you know, I'm still looking at the film as itself. I'm like, it really isn't that good.
Yeah, it's, you know, in different opinions. Let's toss it out for that.
All right, do you have a rating?
You're probably gonna despise me for this, but I'm gonna give it an 8. Yeah, I can see that look that you're giving me. You're just like, what the fuck?
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Your opinion. All right, let's move on to it. Let's get to the shittiest ones.
Okay, now, before we do this next one, I just want to throw this out there that my opinion may be very different than what Sean is going to think it is right now. Okay, let's continue.
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Yeah, this one's pretty shitty. I mean, let me hear me out. Hear me out. Jason Voorhees is like a soul. His soul, like it's so stupid the way it's done. So they blow Jason up at the beginning. He looks really stupid with his head kind of deformed like that. I mean, before it was cool with like it looked like actual tissue. Here it looks like an inflated like balloon or something. His head looks like a balloon, and the makeup's done terribly. I think. Yeah, his brain looks melted. Was it the toxic waste? No, continuity-wise, it really doesn't add up in terms. I did like the character of Creighton Duke. I thought he was the coolest character in the movie. I did like the idea of Jason's soul like possessing people. And how about the one guy who's just like, I'm just gonna eat your heart, and he just eats it and he just becomes possessed. I thought that was stupid. I like the Necronomicon, the fact that that's in there and the Easter egg towards Freddy vs. Jason. Other than that, the movie is done so horribly. It's not entertaining. Well, I mean, stupidly it's entertaining, but it's not a good movie. It's bad, bad, bad. Oh, well, you all of a sudden have relatives now, Jason. What? What? Why? Where were these people before? Like, honestly. Who throws a cupcake, honestly? Just kidding. But it sucks.
Well, do you want to hear my opinion, or do you just want to...
No, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay. Honestly, I like it. I mean, okay. I understand the movie... You know,
Is it like an enjoyably like dumb movie bad type like? Is it like a dumb movie
no, like for me, I see more positives than what you may see. I mean, like, just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
I understand the criticism with this film, you know, but this film does have a lot more memorable stuff than some of the other Friday films. I mean,
yeah, it is more memorable because it's like so out of place.
I mean, let's not forget the, machete through the one girl having sex and then cuts her upwards. I mean...
Well, that was funny. How about it? The one guy's like, he grabs the condom. She's like, "You ready for this?" Like, you know, I don't like these things. They throw it outside the tent. And he stomps on it like protected.
but let's be honest. I thought the storyline for this movie is actually good. I mean, you may have a problem with the whole relative thing, but I like that idea.
No, I don't have a problem with it. It's just like, where were these people before?
I think the main problem, with it, in terms of what you're saying, is the fact that, they could have been still in the town, but basically Jason never really bothered them because the fact that, his life was really never really 100% threatened. And let's be fair, the only reason why he was going after these individuals was so he can be reborn again. Because it was only...
Wouldn't you want to just rest in peace at this point?
Only through a voice can, he be reborn or killed. And I like that concept. I respect that concept. But yeah,
can you just drop him through a volcano?
I do understand the fact that they're adding a lot of supernatural content to this film, and I understand that this movie may not work for some people, but it worked for me, and I like that. I don't care who, doesn't like this film. It's okay. If you don't like it, that's fine. Everybody has their own taste, but for me, I enjoyed it, and if I was gonna rank it on an enjoyment factor, I'm gonna do this just out of respect to everybody. On an enjoyment factor, I would give it about an 8 out of 10. Now,
it is really funny. The camera work is terrible.
In terms of the Friday the 13th movie, I would probably give it about a 5. It should be duly noted that this movie is a good film, but it's a make it or break kind of film. Like, you're either gonna like it or you're just gonna despise the crap. For me, I enjoyed it. I, understand the criticism that this film has, but however, to each his own.
Your favorite catchphrase, to each his own.
Yeah.
Alright. So, okay. This next one. You gotta admit, this one is the shittiest.
This one was actually the first one I actually saw in theaters.
But you gotta admit, it is the shittiest. Come on, I know you want to admit it.
It is the most odd one out of the bunch.
Jason X. You know, I've gone on about this one with the other members.
This is what you get when you turn a horror franchise into a sci-fi movie.
Sometimes it'll work. Actually, no, it just almost never works.
Let's be fair.
You're the sci-fi guy.
I like the actress in the film, Alexis Doig. She was on
Andromeda,
along with her co-star, Lisa Ryan. Right, and hang on. I know that some of you guys might want to know, so let me get my collection of Andromeda out here. Yes, I have Andromeda.
Okay, but while we're going on, I'm going to go on to this movie. So if you don't know, the plot is Jason goes to space, and that's it.
So, my overall thoughts on the movie is this.
It's 2000. It's really 2002.
It's some pretty memorable scenes in terms of kills and
The sleeping bag thing, like where they recreate the 80s, was hilarious.
The best fucking thing ever.
That was, I'll admit, that's pretty great. But in terms of like a movie, this one's the worst in terms of like movies.
Yeah, but in terms of enjoyment factor, I think this one is actually one of the most better ones in terms of just turning your mind off and just watching it as what it is.
I mean, this one, I don't know what it was, but I tried watching it for like stupidity, but I was just like...
see, the thing is, I was watching it because I wanted to know how he's going to get out of hell, because the beginning of the movie looked like it started out in hell.
But no, he's just in a Crystal Lake research facility. We couldn't kill him. Drop into... I thought, compared to the last movie, you're just like, but, you know, just drop him down a volcano, he'll disintegrate, and that'll be it.
But I like the fact that, you know, Jason kind of came back, well, reanimated back, you know, with the nanites and everything like that. And I have to say, probably one of my favorite parts of the film is the part where the guy goes like, oh, he only wants his machete back. And beforehand, you know, Jason's just like, well, what should I use here? I'm kind of conflicted here. Should I use this new weapon that, you know, I have been using, or should I then use the old classic? I don't know which way to go here.
We should also point out that this is the last one to have Kane Hodder as Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have been in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
But the directors are just like, well, it was the studio's fault. No, you wanted to change it up, but...
I don't hold anything against the person that made Freddy vs. Jason, because Freddy vs. Jason was an enjoyable film.
Oh, yeah.
But that's, you know, discussion for another subject after this film. My overall thoughts on this film is this. It's an okay film. I like both the co-stars in the film. The two leading ladies from Andromeda, they were awesome in it. It has some pretty, you know, okay memorable deaths, such as the face being frozen.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty cool.
The one guy that just, you know, gets done having sex and then gets killed. The one girl gets sucked out of this, you know, ship, and basically before she gets sucked out, she's like, "Oh, this sucks on so many fucking levels."
I mean, the android was really kind of like acted pretty terribly, but I just thought the only good part, like
I actually like the way the android acted. I mean, I didn't think she acted terribly at all. Although,
movie just wow, it's so I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's so 2002. Man, 2002 was almost the death of all these franchises. I mean, you got Jason X, you got Halloween Resurrection. It's such an early 2000s horror movie. You know what I mean? It was like the AOL era, as I like to call it. But yeah, Jason X, I didn't like it. I mean, I try and get entertainment out of it, not too much, but it's the worst in the series. In terms of film.
In terms of film, yeah, okay, I agree with that. But in terms of entertainment-wise, it's still watchable. It's not terrible. It's
You gotta watch it with a group of people.
well, even if you don't watch it with a group of people, it's still entertaining. I still watch it from time to time.
Okay, I see what you mean. You got a rating?
Uh, well, Friday 13th wise, I'll probably give it about a 3. Entertainment wise, I'll probably give it about 9.
What about like in terms of an actual just like movie?
Actual movie, I'd probably give it about an 8. And here's the thing: is it does fit into an actual film, but it's more of a sci-fi driven film than it is actually a Friday 13th slasher film. That's the problem there.
Okay, but moving on. No more Jason Knights. Bad movie. Let's move on to one of the most awesome films ever made, Freddy vs. Jason. I don't have it on its own disc or anything. I just have it as a 4-film favorites. But
I have it as its own disc, but however, unfortunately, I cannot get it because my phone is, charging right now. So
okay. But people know the poster. But
yeah,
I just remember back in 2003, there was I remember the trailer. I was like so anticipating. I couldn't see the movie because I wasn't old enough.
I
But
saw the movie in theaters. I remember that opened up the same day that Open Range opened up, and Open Range was a Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall Western.
yeah, who cares? Freddy vs. Jason.
Well, I was a little bit worried at the fact, but oh my god, the movie did very well at the box office.
And we
Everybody,
never got a sequel.
yeah, that still puzzles me.
It's
Well, we
so
got a
piss.
sequel in terms of comic wise, but not continuity wise.
I mean, I don't mind the remake and reboot, but I would have rather had Freddy vs. Jason 2. I mean,
Yeah,
it's never
well,
gonna happen.
I'm hoping it does. I mean, it would be neat if
They're just
we
like, you know what?
eventually
Screw
get.
these reboots. Let's just go.
It'd
Let's
be
make.
neat if eventually we get Freddy versus Jason versus Pinhead or Freddy versus
Jason
Jason
versus Michael Myers.
versus Ash.
Yeah, Michael Myers versus Jason would fit better, I think, than versus Pinhead. Because Pinhead would
Well,
it just seems like unless you take him out of the element, then it really wouldn't work.
here's the problem with having Michael Myers into the mix is that
He's
how
just
can
like
you,
Jason almost.
how can you make a movie where, versus film, where basically you don't want to upset each fan base? I mean,
Well,
the
you know
fan,
what? Sometimes people just gotta live with some of their own choices. I mean, more of a fan of Freddy Krueger than Jason Voorhees. I mean, he's got a
yeah,
personality in
and I
there.
have to say the movie Freddy versus Jason was
Really, like,
more,
shows which character is stronger in which world. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was more of a Freddy movie than it was actually a Jason film
I think that
because,
works better though because Freddy
yeah,
has a personality.
and I like the fact that it fitted into the Nightmare on Elm Street storyline because it takes place right after, you know, Freddy's dead, the final
Yeah,
nightmare.
he's just like, I'm stuck in hell. What do I do?
Yeah.
He uses Jason as a way to bring himself back through fear, which is cool. I mean, people don't understand. It's really tough to come up with a solid enough story to satisfy so many people in
But
terms of like getting these two together. The fight scenes are perfect. I mean,
yeah, Freddy kicked the shit out of Jason in the Nightmare world, and
I
then it
mean,
was
the
like,
fight scenes are like done just phenomenally. Some of the human characters, I mean, you might not get behind them. One of them just like a Jay and Silent Bob wannabe.
I have to say I did like the Lori character played by Monica Keene.
Yeah, she was all right. I'm just saying, I just care so
And
much more about Freddy
I
and
did
Jason.
like the one girl from, I believe it was Destiny's Child, Kelly, or I
Oh,
can't.
she was annoying.
I liked her just for the fact that
She was so obnoxious.
she like started mocking Jason, and then, well,
No,
not
she
mocking
mocked
Jason,
Freddy.
Freddy. Yeah, I'm getting,
Getting
a little
confused.
bit, well, not confused, a little bit mixed up here. I mean, just to throw this out there, when before me and Sean, aka JTISREBORN, did the WWE review, like when instead of saying Daniel Bryan, I kept on saying Daniel Bernhardt. So
Oh,
my conspiracy
Yeah,
theory
we've
now.
done like a lot of videos just now. We did like a
Yeah,
45-minute
I'm
wrestling
sorry.
review, and then
I'm
we're
sorry,
doing
I'm
the.
just kind of
Oh, that's okay.
mixed up
We did horror movie of the week
here
we
and there,
filmed.
but however, I like when she was mocking Freddy, and Freddy just goes like,
That was hilarious, and then she just like flies.
yeah,
I can watch Freddy vs. Jason like any day.
yeah.
I'm
Freddy
disappointed there was
vs.
no
Jason
sequel.
had some memorable deaths. Also had a really good horror icon actress in the film, and granted she played the typical girl that's in these films, but she's still a phenomenal actress nonetheless, and that's Catherine Isabella.
Oh,
She was the one that Freddie
smoked.
wanted. Yeah, she was the one that smoked.
Had the dick boyfriend.
Yeah,
Babe, come here.
but she was the one that Freddie got pissed off at because of the fact that, well, pissed off at Jason because of the fact Jason,
She was mine.
killed her. And
Then he
Freddie
just won't stop.
Freddie didn't get the energy from her. But, like, here's the interesting thing about the film, okay? The movie has two endings to it.
Yeah, there's an ending like where Freddy just is like, she's like, "Oh, Will, give it to me," and then it's just like,
I kind of like that ending more because I think, in terms of continuity, that kind of fitted a little bit more since the movie was a little bit more Freddy movie. But I think if they would have gone with it, I think that they should have made it less predictable. I mean,
yeah, because then what about Jason? You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Freddy just winks at the camera. He's like,
I like the fact that they ended it in terms of okay for each fan of the killer, because in the end it ended with, spoiler, with Jason somewhat winning, and then Freddy somewhat winning, because
in a way, he never really loses. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean it's 50-50 because Jason is rising from the lake carrying Freddy's head, and that could just be a nightmare. Freddy could be controlling Jason to take him to the rest of his body.
Which is where the Nightmare Warriors comes into play.
So, I mean, either way, it's a good film.
Yeah, it's the best versus movie.
And let's not forget, one of the things that you said that you kind of had a problem with Jason, takes Manhattan, why didn't he kill people in New York? Jason kills a shitload of people in that.
Yes, he has no problem in this movie.
He just kills a bunch of people.
And this wasn't a 2002 horror film; it was 2003, so it was better.
I mean, this machete kill after machete kill after machete kill.
Yeah, he kills like so many freaking people in this movie. Linderman, he kills the fat guy. Oh, this is a Halloween party. And
let's not forget, I like
the physics in the movie are really funny though.
I like the fact that the one guy from the mental hospital, along with Will's best friend, I like how Freddy kills him because it was a rather disturbing death a little bit, but it was real like, it was like something that we haven't really seen since Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the little puppet thing, puppet kill.
Yeah, I mean, it was still pretty cool. But, overall, what would you give it out of 10?
Honestly, I'll give us out of 10.
Solid 10. Awesome, tacular. Now let's wrap this whole Friday the 13th review thing up with the remake. I know we just did the thing for Epichorrorfans horror movie of the week, so we can make this a little bit shorter, but overall,
good film, good motivation for Jason.
Yeah, they stole his weed. That's why Jason kills people. I mean, seriously, in the movie, Jason doesn't kill people until they start taking his weed.
Yeah, I mean,
the first character is like, I found the weed. Jason, act. Guy goes and finds him. Finds the weed. Whacked. Well, actually, no, the girl would kill, but then he looks at the weed. Whacked. Guy, some old guy who hires some guy who's worked on the farm for years. Never had any issues with Jason. Finds some weed. Jason's like, you take my weed, boy. Whacked. That's how Jason able to stay alive. He's like hiding out.
Yeah, let's not forget. Getting really high can make you really indestructible.
Yeah, exactly. But another thing that's cool.
Well, the most stupidest thing in the film, most stupid thing ever, is they had a chance to fully kill Jason by sending through the woodshed, you
And
know.
they're just like,
But
no.
yeah, it's like, oh, what?
See, the ending, see, I feel like the third act's the weakest thing about this movie. The first two acts are pretty solid, but then the third act just kind of falls apart with the ending. Because
Well,
we
I
never
think
got a
that
sequel.
it was still good. It did have a shocking death in the third act. I did not think Daniel Pennebaker would die. She was like the, you know, nice girl of the pack. I was like,
Yeah, it's almost
that
like
she,
she should have lived and like his sister should have kind of died because she almost seemed like she wasn't really there. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was such a lucky kill nonetheless because the fact that
No.
she got out, just split second after Jared Padalecki and his sister got out, and she got killed. It was just like a split second. Like
Yeah, it was pretty.
if Jason would not have been there at that split second, she would have
Hmm.
been all right.
Yeah, the thing about this movie though is it does explain how Jason's able to get around. Like they added some cool things in here, like the tunnel system, which I thought was pretty unique
What
because
about
it's just
the
like
one guy that was a complete asshole that like he screams like a little girl?
Trent DeMarco from Transformers. So there's another cool fact. Transformers and Friday the 13th are in the same universe because there's a character named Trent DeMarco who's in the Michael Bay film. This Michael Bay produced, both owned by Paramount. Same car, same actor, same douchiness. He gets killed and he screams like a little girl. And he's just such an asshole, but
No wonder Megan Fox dumped him in the film.
yeah, but he's still got a pretty hot chick. He got like two or three because he's Trent.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. I think that'd be funny. Oh, hey, Michaela, what's up? You know your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend Trent? Yeah? Well, he got murdered. Like, seriously, like, fucked up. It's like,
I
oh,
wonder if Michaela's gonna be changing her name to April.
yeah, April O'Neil. But anyways, Friday 13th, 2009. I mean, I thought it was solid.
It was a
I
pretty
wish they made a
solid
sequel.
movie. I understand some of the criticism with it, but it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. You have a rating out of 10?
I'd give about 8.
I think it's better than the original. That's just me. It's more memorable in my eyes.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay, I'll agree with somewhat of it,
okay.
Kills-wise, yes.
Yes. All right. So, we should also talk about the Jason actors. Derek Mears plays him, and I think he's the second best behind Kane Hodder. But that's because Kane Hodder's stunt work in Seven really just proves how awesome he is. But Derek Mears didn't have the opportunity really to perform those, but he's awesome nevertheless. And the guy who played him in Freddy vs. Jason was not Kane Hodder, was Ken Kurtzinger. I mean, he was cool, but he was a little too slow. He was a slow-moving Jason, but that's, I guess, the tone the director wanted. So it was
Well, he was
disappointing.
pretty fast, too.
I mean, it was disappointing it wasn't Kane Hodder for fans. He was like, I
Yeah.
wanted to kick Freddy's ass,
I remember that.
which is disappointing. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this Friday the 13th series review.
See Insidious 2.
Go see Insidious 2, and happy Friday the 13th, by the way. Yeah.
And
You know, we
should
do adore the series, and they're releasing the Blu-ray set, which looks awesome, and
Yep.
yeah, be sure to stay tuned, Epichorrorfans. We got more horror movie of the week videos. I got a lot to edit while I'm making this, and I'll probably have my own closing thoughts, like after all this. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do that, but it'll probably be a little bit later on. But all right, thank you for joining me, Spiderjack. This is gonna be like a 2-hour like review. No, it's gonna be like 2.5 hours. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 parts. It has to be.
Like forever.
No problem, no problem. Wow, we did a lot of video. We did the horror movie of the week, and we did the wrestling review, all back to back to back to back. So I got all these videos taken care of. So now it's gonna be editing, but no problem. So thank you, Spiderjack. Have a good night, everyone, and happy Friday the 13th. Alright, that's a wrap. That's it right there. I just reviewed the whole entire Friday the 13th series with Epichorrorfans. I did the horror movie of the week and all that. And yeah, quite a project. A lot of time went into this, few hours worth. And it's Friday the 13th hopefully while this is being uploaded. And I thank you all for watching this. We're going to be back to review Carrie, and we're also planning on doing a review of Insidious Chapter 2 because, well, we did the first Insidious, and Insidious is a pretty awesome movie, and I can't wait. Right now it's September 12th while I'm doing this recording here, so I'm kind of doing this last minute, but hopefully I'll be going to the midnight showing or something tonight. It's going to be a busy weekend, but happy Friday the 13th. Go watch all the movies. There's going to be a marathon on Sci-Fi Channel tomorrow, or today when this is being uploaded, September 13th, 2013. So be sure to check them out, and hopefully we get the sequel to the remake coming out soon. I've heard rumors of the announcement coming this week, and coming soon, the sequel to the reboot. So you can check that out. Overall impression, I mean, a lot of the movies aren't really good, but I am a fan of the series, and I thank everyone for being a part of this review. And hopefully we get to do more stuff like this in the coming months. So next we have Carrie and Insidious Chapter 2, and hopefully we get Insidious Chapter 2 review out to you by next week. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I really thank you for sticking around till the end of this, because this is a long thing, and it does take a while for this thing to all buffer out and be all complete and stuff, but I think this will be like a 3-part review because it does take a long time to watch this, and I think spreading it in 3 parts is the best move. So once again, I thank you humbly for watching this. Subscribe to Epichorrorfans, subscribe to all 4 of our channels, and thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and happy Friday the 13th. Jason's gonna get you.